Hello again, and welcome back. I'm Teacher Oakley, and in this class we will continue together taking a European scale student assessment. We are checking out what our level may be by taking an assessment test which looks at a wide range of sentence construction and grammar, as well as vocabulary. Skills to basically show you where you are in the European scale. That would be the scale A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, or beginner, upper beginner, intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced, upper advanced. The same scale that we use here at Verbaling. So this may help you determine what kind of classes you should be focusing in on here at Verbaling. In addition, you know, if you see that you consistently have problems with using modals or question forms, then you know that that is something you're going to need to focus on in your English studies. So I'm really hoping that it can help you guys to self-assess yourselves. Self-assess yourselves? Yeah, that's right. Okay. In any case, our last class brought us through the test. Basically, we're about in the middle of the exam, intermediate level. So this class, we're going to start in the intermediate level and then proceed to upper intermediate, advanced, and maybe just barely upper advanced within this class time. Okay, basically, when students are given this exam, they're going to take the test until they start to struggle. If you miss one or two answers in the lower end, don't worry about it. It's when you start to miss about half the answers. That's pretty much what level you are. But again, pay attention to where you have problems. If you consistently have problems with modals or perfect tenses, you know, make a note, make a mental note, and that is an area that you need to improve your skills. Hokey doke. All right, you guys are all back. That's cool. Hello, Philip. We'll do a quick howdy, mic check, just and jump right in, guys.
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher. I am.
You are. You're in. You're here. You're good. Okay, Julio. Mic check. Mic check. Are you down?
Sound good.
Sounds good. All right. Great. Mustafa. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Great. Great. Marcus, welcome back.
Okay, I'm here again.
You are. Good for you. Glad to have you. Mark. Check, check, check.
Long time no talk.
Yeah. Cool beans. All right. Great. Alejandro's back. Alejandro, mic check, mic check.
Hello.
There we go. We're good to rock and roll, gentlemen. Here we go. There's still room in the class for others. And here is others. Lena, welcome to the class.
Hello. Nice
Hello.
to see you.
Nice to see you. Good morning. And we're in the middle of a kind of self-assessment student test. We're going to just rock and roll here, Lena, so buckle up. Because the ride's about to start. Okay. Keiko has just joined us. Let me quickly welcome him. Hey, Keiko. Hi.
Hey, teacher. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Okay. Time to get. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay. This time around, Philip, you were the first one in the class, so we are just going to continue where we left off. Number 49.
Worry up or we'll miss our train.
Yes, it's the correct vocabulary word here. And just, Philip, hurry up. It sounded like you said worry up. Hurry.
Hurry up.
Hurry. Yeah.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Hurry. One more time. Hurry up.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Her. Sounds like the pronoun her.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Yeah. Like her makeup is running. Her
Hurry
sister. Hurry
Hurry
up. That's it.
Hurry up.
That's
Yeah.
better. Okay. But yes, you got the right answer, miss. All right. Number 50, Julio.
I was so embarrassed yesterday because I fell asleep in class.
Has that ever happened to you, Julio?
A couple of times.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, straight up vocabulary there, and the correct answer is embarrassed, of course. The adjective is embarrassed. Okay, 51.
I have a question, teacher, before you jump
Sure.
to the next.
Yep.
We have embarrassed, which has a D sound at the end, but actually it's a T sound. And yesterday, which has kind of like a G sound. So does it really sound the ED here? I was so embarrassed yesterday. I was embarrassed yesterday.
No, that's a very good question. The ED endings, when to embarrass somebody can be a verb, right? He embarrassed me in front of my parents. It's going to have, because S, of course, being an unvoiced phonetic sound, the ED ending will have a T sound for past tense verbs. The rules for ED endings and the phonetic pronunciation is solid. Solid 100% for verbs. However, when you're talking about adjectives, it gets more complicated. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There are exceptions. For example, think about the adjective wicked. W-I-C-K-E-D. He's a wicked man. Wicked, not a wicked man. It doesn't follow the rules. And you're right. I was so embarrassed. It has actually D pronunciation. You're right. Although no one, believe me, no one would notice if you pronounced the T ending here. Yeah. When you get to the adjectives, so sorry to say, but those solid pronunciation rules for past tense verbs don't always work. There are definite exceptions. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, you kind of have to learn them one by one. No real pattern for the adjectives. Mostly adjectives that can be a verb as well are usually follow the patterns, but again, it's not 100% with adjectives. It's a good question. Okay, moving on. Mustafa, 51.
Okay, blank anything next Friday. Of course not do you, not did you. So between do you do and are you doing? Are you doing refer to something right now? And so do you do anything next Friday?
No, do you do means something you do regularly, so it can't, next Friday's clearly future. No. I think you misunderstood me earlier, Mustafa. We can use present continuous tense to mostly we use it to talk about plans in the near future. Next Friday, perfect, that's near future. So we can use present continuous tense. This actually fits perfectly. You're asking about, do you have any plans for the immediate future next Friday? Are you doing anything next Friday? This actually is the perfect use that illustrates the future use of present continuous tense. It's perfect because the person is clearly asking, do you have any plans in the near future? Okay? All right. Moving on. Marcus. Number 5 and 2, 52.
Okay. Many types of watches are made in Switzerland.
Okay, and finally we get a passive. I think this is the first passive we've seen. All right, present passive, you've got it. The action happens to the watches. So we use a passive form. Very good. 53. Mark.
Okay. I failed my drive-in task last week, so now I'll have to take it again.
Yep, that's it. Okay. Both the looking at the vocabulary that fits and the verb tense as well. Okay. Great, showing cause and result. This happened in the past, so this will happen in the future. Okay, you got it. That is correct. 54. Alejandro, please. Alejandro?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Susan, I've got 4 sisters. Ruth, do you?
Very good. Okay. A little tricky one. Okay, it's a dialogue, obviously. I have got 4 sisters. Okay, to show interest, we sometimes do this. Sometimes this is referred to as a tag, although you're tagging on information. It's similar to a tag question, but a tag question one person speaks. In this case, actually grammatically correctly, Alejandro, you would have to use the same auxiliary. Okay.
Yes.
This is okay. Well, I have got 4 sisters. Have you?
Have you? Yes.
All right. Technically speaking, that's correct. But frankly, to be honest, Alejandro, most native speakers would say, do you? Really, there's a reason for that. Okay. And there's a reason for that. It would be very common because the have got to show ownership or possession. You don't own your 4 sisters, of course, but you know, like I have got short hair, I've got 4 sisters. Really, you're talking about, this is actually, although it appears to be a present perfect, this is actually a present tense. You know, you're talking about the state of things. This is something, the sky is blue. That's the state it's in. I've got 4 sisters. That's the state you're in. So in which case, if you're going to reply with present simple tense, do you? Makes all the sense in the world, right? You know, frankly, I think this is a point of grammatical. I've read some information about this specific situation. I honestly have to say this is something different books say different things. Technically, correctly, you have to use the same. If you're basically using have as an auxiliary, you technically have to use the auxiliary in the tag. Have you? But frankly, it is acceptable even in many English textbooks to use do you in this case, since you're replying to a simple present tense and it's in a question form. Do you? There's a question mark here. So the auxiliary do is acceptable. I would say that you are correct either way, frankly. I'm making a call. I'm making a teacher call here. You can call yourself correct if you say do here. I'm saying it right now. And most native speakers would use do. Okay. So, Alejandro, thank you. Lena, number 55.
What would you do if you win £1,000,000?
No.
No? Okay, what would you do if you won £1,000,000?
Exactly. This is a question form of the second conditional because we have the result, would you do? So in the second conditional, the if clause or the condition, needs to be in the past tense. Yesterday I won £1,000,000. So this has to be C. No, absolutely, 100%. Couldn't be anything else.
Okay. I thought that it's future. What will you do if you win £1,000,000? Yes.
That's exactly correct. That's right, Lena.
Uh-huh.
Then that would be the first conditional. You got it now. Okay, very good. Keiko, number 56.
Letter A. I am trying to save money to buy a new car.
Yeah, just simple vocabulary. It's ludicrous answers. I'm trying to waste money so I can have a new car. Of course, it's totally crazy. Philip, back to you. 57.
You are from Liverpool, aren't you?
Very good. Good job on the tag question. Again, this is a tag question. One person speaks it. You are definitely going to use positive tag in your statement. Sorry, positive auxiliary in your statement, negative auxiliary in your tag. Of course, we can have a negative statement with a positive tag. Good. You got it. That's it. Very great. Very good. Julio, 58.
You have to study hard if you want to pass your exams.
Good job recognizing the phrasal modal construction here. Have to. Yep. That's it. We can never use, by the way, you can never use any other modal. Phrasal modal, need to, have to. Yeah, of course. They must be constructed that way. But in no other modal can you use to after. You should to, must to, could to, would to, no, 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 and no. You can't do that ever. Good job. Mustafa, 59.
Okay, I'm usually to blank after all to go out. I'm usually to. To exhaust. Oh, how can I pronounce this? To exhausted. Exhausted.
That's it. You got it. Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Okay. Now, I don't know. You know, that is, I think, for me, clearly that is the answer that they're talking about. Because, okay, you're too exhausted. The extreme adjective for tired. We use too to show that something's negative. All right. Too much. Too exhausted to go out. However, A and D, I don't know. Grammatically speaking, they are correct. And I don't know. I've had a couple horrible jobs. I'm so angry if I go out after work, I'm going to kill someone. I don't know. Logically, B is the answer, but A and D, I don't know. Depends who you work for. Okay. All right. Anyway, Marcus, 60.
My parents are married since 1985.
Okay, no. In this case, all right, we are most certainly going to use have been married. We need to use the perfect construction here. Okay. Because we have, yes, this time phrase, since 1985. Since means here, means since 1985 until now. So there is a direct relationship to now. Started then, continues until now, plus we're using present perfect. There's an indication or an inference that that verb could continue in the future. All right, there's at least a possibility it will continue in the future. I always tell people when looking at present perfect, you can't use present perfect for dead people. They have absolutely zero chance of doing any actions in the future. Okay, so the correct answer here is definitely A. All right.
Well, you do can use it with dead people. He has been dead for 10 years.
He has been dead for 20. Oh, very good. All right. All right. I'll eat my words. I'll eat crow on that one. He got me there. You are correct. All right. If you've reached this stage, congratulations. If you've only made one or two mistakes, that means that you are probably somewhere around the upper intermediate level or B2. Good job. Let's continue with our trek here. Okay, Mark, number 61.
Okay. If you go to London, the Tate Modern is really worth seeing.
Really worth seeing. Okay, just is worth seeing. Yeah, is seeing. What is the Tate Modern? I don't even know what that is. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Nobody knows? Nobody knows. Okay. No idea. But anyway, you are correct. Worth seeing. Something is worth seeing. This is, I don't know, it's a combination of grammar, but also it's a colloquial phrase. It's worth doing, it's worth seeing, it's worth tasting, it's worth experiencing.
By the way, I just found out it's an art gallery.
It's an art gallery? Okay. Thanks. All right. I like to learn things too. Thank you. Alejandro, 62.
Okay. I have walked home yesterday when it started raining.
No. No. This is an example of an interrupted action. So this is going to be B. I was walking home yesterday, a continuous action, do, walking, when, bam, it started. Okay, raining here is a gerund. Started is a past simple, which we use when we have when, an interrupting action. He's in the middle of walking. So this is the construction for this type of sentence. It's a classic example, actually. I was walking home yesterday. All right. Gotta be. Okay, Lena, 63.
People say English people tend being rather reserved. I don't know.
Okay, it actually needs to be an infinitive. He tends to cry a lot. He tends to fall down a lot. It's just a matter. I hate these. You hate them. I hate them. We all hate them. Choosing an infinitive or a gerund. It all hinges on the main verb. Okay, some main verbs will take a gerund or ing form. Some need a to verb, an infinitive form. Some will take one and not the other. Some will take both. Tend happens to be a main verb that always demands the infinitive.
I understood. So we have to know these words that use with infinitive.
Sadly. Yes.
To remember these words, yes.
That is true. I have searched and searched and searched for logical patterns, and I find what seems to be a logical pattern, and then I find a verb that breaks the pattern. It's a real conundrum, Lena. It's a pain in the neck. For me as a teacher, for you as a student. I hate it, quite honestly. But it's so frustrating to teach it and to learn it. I know. Keiko, number 64. Keiko? Are you there?
Okay, teacher. Take your umbrella because it rains.
Yeah.
Or No. No.
Yeah. Okay, what might...
As it rains.
No. Okay, you know, it would be very strange because or as would be the same purpose due to the fact that rain is a phenomenon which we all naturally experience. You should bring your umbrella. That's a little bit of a weird thing to say. You know, it's a weird thing to express verbally. Why? We all know that it rains outside occasionally. Why state that? Stating the obvious. So those don't work. It would be although maybe grammatically and technically speaking they do, no one would state something so obvious because of the fact that it occasionally rains outside. You should bring an umbrella. No. Instead, in the event that it rains, in case it rains, is the correct answer here. Just in case. All right. Okay.
But teacher, maybe you can use because if it is like not take, open your umbrella because it rains. I don't know. It's raining maybe. No, it's raining.
Yeah, because it's raining right now. Yeah, take your umbrella because it is raining. That would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Not take your umbrella because occasionally it rains, you know, as a present simple. That's weird. Yeah. Okay, back around to Philip, number 65. Philip?
Could you do me a favor, please?
Sure I could, Philip. What do you need? Yeah, that's it. Do me a favor is the strong collocation here. Again, another indirect question. Yeah, that's it. Very good. Okay.
A question
Yes.
for the previously.
Okay, Alejandro. Yeah.
Can you say, could you make me a favor, please?
No, you don't. No, simply because you never ever use this verb with this object noun ever. You can't make a favor.
Okay.
All right. You just can't. Make, of course, is to construct or build. You can't build a favor. You know, a favor being, yeah, a favor being an action. When you do a favor, it's kind of considered an action. You can't make an action. Can you make a? Well, bad example. Can you make a swim? No, not really. Okay. In any case, Julio, 66.
Many new houses are being built in the town where I live.
Very good. Okay, currently, now, using the general idea of now to use the present continuous. Yep, that's it. Very good. Moving on, Mustafa, 67.
Okay. Plan to post that card to Pete. It is his birthday tomorrow. No. Don't forget to post that card to Pete. Don't forget.
Yes. Very good. You know, to post, you have, this is a infinitive, but again, as I had mentioned earlier, you cannot add an infinitive after a modal. Would to post, should to post, you had better to post. You can't use an infinitive with a verb tense either. So yeah, it's the only possible choice. Okay. That's an interesting one, by the way. Just to mention, because we mentioned earlier about gerunds and infinitives. Forget is an interesting main verb. Because if I say forget to post, you know, you forget to do it. If I say forget posting, that means I forgot that I mailed a letter. I forgot to post it, I never mailed it. If I forgot posting it, that means I mailed it, but then I forgot about it later. So again, another aspect of the gerund infinitive question is it can change the meaning sometimes. Not always. I like to swim, I like swimming. It doesn't change the meaning at all. I forgot to post, I forgot posting are totally different concepts. So it's another thing to watch.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Marcus, 68.
Okay. I don't know many people what still smoking nowadays.
Okay, that is a very normal mistake. Okay, you are forming a relative clause here, and you're referring to you need a relative pronoun. Pronouns refer
Okay.
back to things. So you're referring back to people.
Who? Okay.
Who? That's it. Exactly. Actually, this is I hear this mistake all the time. You cannot use what as a relative pronoun. That is the car, what I bought yesterday. No, you have to, if it's a thing, you use which or that. A person, obviously, you use who, a time, when, a place, where. You absolutely just can't use what as a relative pronoun ever. Very common mistake.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
teacher.
You're welcome. Mark, number 69.
Mary went to the party despite of her headache.
Very good. Just simply, all these words are used very similarly, but we have to change the sentence construction. In spite of, although she had a headache, even though she had a headache, despite that she had a headache. We could use all these words to make this meaning correct, but we just got to change the construction. Okay, good job. You are correct. Alejandro.
Okay. I think I got a call. I can't stop to sneeze.
Okay, much like forget, we have the same situation with this main verb, stop. Okay, what you have just said, Alejandro, I can't stop to sneeze, that means like you're working and you can't stop working in order to sneeze, which doesn't really make sense, but that's what it means. Okay. Instead, I can't stop sneezing. You're sneezing over and over and over again. It should be be. I can't stop sneezing. All right, with the gerund form. Stop is another one. If a gerund or an infinitive definitely changes the meaning. I can't stop swimming. I can't stop swimming. My arms keep moving. I'm all right. I'm in the middle of the ocean. I can't stop swimming or I'll drown. I can't stop to swim means I can't stop doing what I'm doing on dry land in order to go swimming. Totally different meaning. Okay. All right. Anyway, moving on. Lena, 71.
If you don't know the meaning of the word, you can look it up in a dictionary.
Very good. Using the phrasal verb. Okay, I think this is our first phrasal verb. So here we go. We're in the upper intermediate level now. This is when you need to start learning idioms and phrasal verbs. For sure, if not before. Okay, you are correct. Good job. Kiko, 72. Kiko?
Okay, teacher. Would you mind if I open the window?
Yeah. Yes. It would have to be again with the second conditional question here. If I opened, past tense in the condition or if clause, and then would. Okay, that's it. Very good. Moving on, back around to Philip.
My doctor told me I should eat less meat.
Excellent. Very good. Many people have confusion with these verbs about speaking. That is correct. Told and then the object noun directly following. Yep, you got it. Good job, Julio, 74.
I think this question has a couple of possible answers. Only the most common would be Peter invited me to go to the theater with him next week.
I think that is the correct answer. I think that is the only answer.
Can I say Peter suggested me go to the
No.
theater with him?
No, you cannot. This is a very common mistake. Peter suggested to me,
Yeah, right.
which is a pain in the neck, because then you have to say, Peter suggested to me to go to the theater.
I got Peter suggested to go to the theater with him next week. That could work, right?
Yes.
It bothered me.
Yes. Then we can get rid of that object noun. Yeah, you're right. And actually the same exact thing with promised and offered. Right. Okay. Very good. Mustafa, 75.
Okay, sorry, I didn't quit. What you said? I didn't quit. Sorry, I didn't quit. What you said? I didn't quit. Quite. Yeah, quite. Quite. Listen to. Oh, no.
Quite in this sentence is actually irrelevant. If you got rid of it, it would still be the same answer.
Quite take what you said. Or listen what you said. Listen.
Care to guess again?
Catch, sorry. Catch. Because catch related to speech and something like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, catch, it's colloquial, all right? We're floating around in the upper intermediate level here now, guys. So this is where you really need to start learning colloquial language, idiomatic language, phrasal verbs, becoming familiar with their usage, their conversational usage. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch what you said there.
Teacher, just
quite, yeah. Mustafa, go ahead. No, Mustafa, go ahead, and then I'll.
Yeah, I was confused because I had a question about the last one, previous one. Can you can you repeat why you didn't say suggested and promised and offered? I know suggested a little bit weird, but promised and offered, I didn't hear the reason. I didn't quite catch what you said.
Okay, well, all right. Invited me to go. Invited needs an object noun. Okay? So it works. Promised, okay. Peter promised me to go doesn't make sense. Peter promised to go. I can use that.
I don't know. I can't say it.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Okay, it's the only one that fits in this sentence construction. Peter suggested me. You can't suggest me. If I suggest you, Mustafa, then okay, Lena asks me who should I talk with after class to set up a study program. I suggest Mustafa. Okay? Now I am suggesting you. The object noun when you suggest has to be the thing that you are suggesting. So you can't say Peter suggested me. That doesn't make sense.
How about the promise?
Peter promised me. Now we can't promise me to go. You can't use that. Peter promised me that he would go, or Peter promised me that he would go to the theater with me.
Okay.
You just can't use that infinitive
Okay.
after. It won't
Promised
work.
me, teacher. It would be promised me going
No.
to
Nope.
go. Promised to me going.
Peter promised me.
Promised to me going to the theater.
Man, no. No. Promise going. We can't use a gerund after promise.
Ah, okay.
No, we can use an infinitive after promise. He promised to come to the party. I can't say he promised coming to the party. I can't. Okay, so here's a main verb that just won't take it, refuses to take a gerund.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah.
It can take the infinitive version, but if you continue reading the sentence, it makes no sense because it would say Peter promised me to go to the theater with him next week, maybe with me next week.
Ah, okay. That's a good point. Let me see there. Peter promised me to go to the theater with me. Yeah. Now then you're repeating me. Peter promised me to go to the theater. Promised to go to the theater with me.
But
Peter,
teacher,
there you go. Peter
uh,
promised to go to
yeah.
the theater with me. Right.
No.
Julio's correct. It
But
does have to do with the object now.
if I talk with Julio about you, like you promised me, so I told him, Julio, I told him, like Peter or someone, or Oakley, promised me to go to the theater with him next week. What's the problem with that? I'm talking with
It
my
doesn't
friend
work.
about you. About you.
You're doing reported speech. Now you're getting in a whole nother ball of wax next week I'll be doing 3 hours of class on reported speech. So Mustafa, not going to explain it now in the next 3 minutes. I can't. It's impossible. You're opening up a whole other can of worms there. Sorry. Peter promised me that he would go to again, every time I use promised, I really want to use a relative clause. Promised to go to the theater with me. All right? He invited me. Okay, he invited me. He promised me. He invited me. See, Peter promised to go to the theater with me. I can't use. If I use me, then I have to use a completely different clause. All right. See, the difference is this is not really Peter promised to go to the theater with him, with me. You're right. It has to be reflexive back to that's the object noun. Okay. Anyway, let's move on.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Question 75. The use of the adverb. It is common. Is it common the use of the adverb quite in negative sentences?
Yeah.
Like that?
I guess it's considered slightly more polite. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch that. It's slightly more polite. It's not necessary.
Okay.
I didn't catch what you said. I didn't quite catch what you said. It's definitely slightly more polite and formal. That's all.
Okay, teacher.
But not necessary. Sure. Okay. Now where on earth are we? Okay, Mustafa. Marcus, you're up next. Number 76.
Okay. I wish I'd get up early every morning. I think I wouldn't have to. D.
No. I wish I didn't
No.
have to. Did not have to get up early every morning. Every morning. Most certainly, this is going to be a present simple situation because it's a regular activity. It's a habit, right? Okay, so get up being also in the present simple tense. All right, negative. Okay, didn't have to. This is a didn't have to. Here's a phrasal modal that we use for present simple. Wouldn't, we were talking about the future or maybe future in the past, but again, another can of worms. So would we generally use to talk about the future, but have to here because have to get up. This is present. Have to can be about the future as well, but we generally don't use wouldn't for the present tense to talk about things now or usual, normal things, present simple tense things. Okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay. Mark, 77.
Okay. Jane graduated from Cambridge University with a degree in law.
Yeah. Okay. Simple vocabulary here. That's the only one that works as far as vocabulary. Okay. Good job. Alejandro, 78.
Hi Jenny, how it's going?
Well, how's it going?
It's going.
How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, that is correct. How's it going? How's it going?
How
All
it's
right.
going?
You would say, how are you doing? How are you doing? Okay. Not the other two. Yeah, okay. Very colloquial speech there. How's it going? All right. You got it. Lena, 79.
I don't smoke now, but I used to smoke 20 a day.
20 euros a day. Yeah, used to. All right. Using this construction used to. First time we've seen this. About time. This construction basically used as if it were its own verb tense to talk about a past regular action or something that was true in the past. That is not true now. Very good. You are correct. Kickout, number 80. Keiko? You there?
I am thinking, teacher.
Hello, Heber.
Paris is famous for the Eiffel Tower.
That's the correct answer. Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I actually laughed when I read the other answers. You know, they're all impressed with themselves. You know, they're fascinated by themselves. They're excited about themselves. Funny. I think those are all true. Those crazy French people. They're all fascinated and impressed with themselves. Okay. Anyway, I'm joking. French people, don't get mad at me. All right. Hey, Bear. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the class. Hey, Bear, are you speaking? Are you mic'd up today? Hey, Bear. Talk to me, Johnny. Are you there? Okay. He wants me to pronounce used to. Used to. It's most certainly going to have a T sound. Used to, because we have the beginning. It has a T sound, if that's what you're wondering. Who is Johnny? I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I'm an American. Sometimes we just use that as an expression. Not anybody. It's nobody, Mustafa. Talk to me, Johnny. I think it actually is a reference to a movie Dawn of the Dead, an old movie, a horror movie. There's a famous scene in the movie where Johnny's face has been eaten off, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculously obvious that Johnny is completely dead, but the stupid girl is slapping him, going, "Talk to me, Johnny! Talk to me, Johnny!" And he's clearly a dead man. Anyway, it's just a crazy cultural reference. Sorry about that. It slipped out. Okay. Hey, Bear, no, you can't talk? Okay. Back around to Philip then. Philip, 81.
If I had left earlier, I wouldn't have been late for work.
Good job. Okay, I'm impressed. Excellent. All right, second conditional, full on, using, no, third conditional, I'm sorry. Very good. It's the first third conditional we've seen. Had left, using the past perfect, might be the first past perfect we've seen, in the if clause, and the present perfect or perfect modal in the result clause. That's it. That's how we do it. It is a hypothetical about the past. It couldn't possibly happen. What if, kind of. What if this had happened statement. Very good. Good job. You are correct. Had left. If I had left earlier. Great. Now, with that first introduction of the third conditional, congratulations, everyone. I now introduce you to the advanced part of the test. If you've made it this far with little or no mistakes, that means you are at least borderline advanced. Julio, 82.
Would you like me to help you? No, it's okay. But thanks. I've heard thanks for the offer.
So have I.
So I thought I have to go with thanks for offering.
Yes, and you are correct. I have heard both. Thanks for the offer. Thanks for offering. Sure. Okay. That's it. Very good. Keiko, thank you for your information with promise, but I don't really know how that affects the earlier question. You got promise me, but promise me that. Okay, notice promise me that, not promise me to. Okay, he promised to, but not he promised me to buy his son a new bicycle. Right? That's the difference. You don't say he promised me to buy a new bicycle. You wouldn't say that. He promised to buy a new bicycle. Okay, anyway, let's get off that and head into advanced territory. We've only got minutes left. Mustafa.
The film sounded interesting, but it turned out to be really boring.
Okay, phrasal verb, to turn out. Okay, how something results. A surprise result. We used phrasal verb, turn out. Marcus, 84.
Okay. This time next week, I on the beach on holiday. We'll go to sit.
Well, okay. Well, I think the answer they're looking for is will be sitting, future continuous. Okay. Okay. Because that means you will be in the action of sitting. Now, your choice, I will go to sit. It is possible this time next week. That means you are starting to go to the beach to sit. All right? Do you see the difference? Technically speaking, you're not wrong. You could say this. But I would call that the secondary answer. It's much more normal to say, because you don't know, okay, at 3 o'clock, while I'm on vacation, I will leave my room to go to the beach to sit down. That would just be a strange thing to say. Okay. But it would be fairly normal to say, I bet you at this time next week, I'll just be lying on the beach. Why? Because I'm going to be lying on the beach all day long. Okay, so it's much more normal to use the continuous.
Okay, thank you.
Technically, grammatically, it could be correct, but it's a different meaning. Generally speaking, when you use ing or continuous forms of the verb, that means it's an action over time, and you're somewhere in the middle of it. But when you use a simple tense, it means that's when you start it. So it has different meaning. Okay, I think we're only going to get to one more here. Mark.
Okay. One argument in favor of not smoking is that you save a lot of money.
That's it. In favor of not smoking, that you save a lot of money. Very good. Looks like I could have done a third class in this series because we still got there's easily another hour of material. You guys, if you downloaded it, can continue the test. We kind of are leaving off right on the borderline, just beginning advanced questions. So if that's where you are, you're at least an advanced student. Thank you, Mustafa, for posting the over there in the verb link chat. He's posted the actual exam if you want to take it and finish it up at home. I am out of time. I'm already late for my next class. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that.
Bye. Have a good one.